Assalamu alaikum and hello to everyone. I'm making this video because I've seen something happening in the past, and so I thought I'll make a video because I saw this Muslim sister when I was out and I was shopping, and I haven't seen this sister for like, I think it was about 3 or 4 years. And well, anyway, she started telling me how Muslim, her husband is treating her, and other sisters that I have spoken to from before, and that were my friends and so on, that their husbands are, what they're actually doing is they get married, so they have a first wife. So what I don't know. To me, it's horrible and it's disgusting, and I'm just finding it really hard to, like, because I could go on, and it's really upsetting to see that not the bit that. It's not upsetting the fact that, you know, they're having more than one wife. That's not it. The bit is where they have a wife and they might have a two children or a child. From what I know of sisters, some sisters have got 1, some sisters have got 2, maybe some sisters have got 3, and then a year or 2 or 3 years, depending on the brother, he would go and get a second wife and say to the second wife, the sister that is to be his wife, oh, you know, I don't want to tell my first wife that we're going to do nikah. So they don't tell the first wife. First wife doesn't know. She doesn't know nothing. The other sister could be local, or she could be a little bit far out, you know, wherever. I don't know what the brother's plans are. And the bit that gets really upsetting, and this is the truth, because I've heard so many sisters are telling me this, and I've heard from the past and recently, and it's really upset me, because this sister was telling me other stories about other sisters that are her friends, and I'm thinking to myself, well, this is not Islam, because this is what the brothers are actually doing. Number one, they're telling their first wife doesn't know. No, you must tell the first wife. I'm sorry, but you must tell her, because if you're having children from the first wife and then you're having children from the second wife or third wife, those children are going to grow up and they won't know who their sisters and brothers are, and they're going to end up having sex with them. I'm sorry if I sound a bit harsh, but this is the truth, because it is actually happening. Where sisters and brothers are growing up, you know, they grow up and they're big and they're young adults, and it's time to get married, and then they meet this girl, boy, and they madly fall in love with them, and it turns out to be their half sister or brother. Astaghfirullah. This is the reason why you must tell, because it's not fair on the children, it's not fair on the wife. It's haram to lie. You're lying every time you're leaving the house. You're telling lies. Maybe your first wife, and sometimes the second wife doesn't know, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does know what you're doing. And then after these brothers marry the second wife, they only marry the second wife is for sex. Because what sisters, this is coming from sisters that is happening to. It's not from a story from Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or India or somewhere like that. No, this is actually coming from direct the sisters when I'm talking to them. And then sisters will be like, oh, I haven't seen my husband for 2 weeks. Is that the Quran and Sunnah? No. And then my husband doesn't give me money, he doesn't give me a roof over my head. They tell a whole load of lies to the sisters to get them married to them, because what it is, in the UK, England, if you don't live here, we have a benefit system. It's supposed to help the poor, but there's selfish, greedy people out there, not just Muslims, it's non-Muslims as well. It doesn't matter who, white, black, Hindu, Sikhs, Gujaratis, and atheists, and Christians, and everybody's, not everyone's at it, But there are people that are actually doing this. What they do is these brothers, they get married to the, well, as I'm talking, for this first wife as well. The first wife is on, gets a flat from the government. They make sure that she gets a flat from the government. Then they make sure that she's getting the money from the government, so that he doesn't have to support her. Is this the Quran and Sunnah? No. So, and then they get in the second wife to, oh, let's not tell our first wife. You know, sisters, I mean, don't be naive and gullible and stupid, because they are fooling you. And some sisters say, I haven't even seen my husband for 2 weeks. I mean, subhanallah, astaghfirullah, actually. And then the only time he goes around to the sisters' houses, just goes to a house. This is what sisters have said. Go to the house. Oh, you know, let's go straight to the bedroom. Has sex with her. Doesn't even kiss her or hug her or anything like that. Yeah. Once when he's had what he wanted, he just leaves. And then the sisters will be like, he hasn't called me, he doesn't text me. I mean, what is this? Astaghfirullah. I mean, I'm not being funny, brothers, but would you like it? Why are you getting a second wife for sex? It's because the first wife is busy with the children. She's so busy with the children that she hasn't got time. You're supposed to be sharing responsibilities. You're supposed to be sharing. You both share the responsibility of the children, of the shopping, the housing, the house. You know, in here in the UK, the men are the Muslim. I forget about the non-Muslim men. Yeah, I'm not talking about them, because this is about the Muslim men. The Muslim men are oppressing the Muslim sisters. The Muslim men are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Do you know what? I had to think about this for about 2 weeks until I to make this video, because there's so much I can say. If I started telling each sister's story, even the sister said, I told the sister that I'm going to make a video about this, and she said, you know what, you can use my story if you like, sister, but you know, you don't have to mention my name. I mean, I remember talking to sisters where one brother, he got married, and then he had a daughter from the first marriage. Then he was giving dawah to his wife's friend, who shouldn't be giving dawah to his wife's friend in the first place. And then divorced his wife for the wife's friend, and then the wife got really depressed, and no one was helping her and supporting her, and she got pushed away from the other sisters, that no one understood what she was going through. Then he married the friend, and then the friend had a baby boy, and then after some time he was checking out my friend and going to her house at about 11 o'clock and leaving my friend's flat at 3 o'clock in the morning. That was a Muslim sister as well. And she said to me, like, you know, there's this brother and he keeps coming to my house, and we're supposed to be getting married, but he's like got a wife, and no. I think she said, yeah, he's got a wife. And then I said to her, who is it? And then she told me who it was. And I said, sister, I mean, are you sure you want to marry this brother? Because this is what he did to his first wife. And now he's saying, oh, I want another wife because my other wife's got eczema. And then he divorced the friend as well. There is so much going on. If I sat down, I would be probably making about 100 videos just on this one. Probably take for about 2-3 hours. Because when sisters ring me, that's all they talk about, is that how their husbands are cheating them. I mean, there was a sister, she was working in the job center, and that's where people go to make their claims, or, you know, for benefits and housing, basically to get money from the government, and, you know, to sort it all out. And the sister said that there was a brother came in with his wife, and the next thing you know, he came in a few days later, he came in with a second wife. I mean, is this what it's all about? Putting your wives, getting married, and then getting the government to feed your wives, and then you're wondering why the non-Muslims are dissing and disrespecting Islam. It's because of the way you're behaving. It's because of the way you're behaving. It's because of you, not because of Islam. It's because of the way you people are behaving. You're making Islam look bad. I really don't understand. I don't think people are actually, and you know what? And the worst thing about it is that imams and astaghfirullah, some imams and sheikhs are actually telling brothers, oh, if you've got if your wife's not giving you time, yeah, do you know what? Just go and get a second wife. a long time ago, like especially like if you go into countries where there's no government doesn't give funding and that, how would you have done that? You couldn't do that. You couldn't have done that. Because it's only because we live in this country and the government gives oh, if you're a single mother and this and that and everything, and you get money. But do you know what? All of this system is changing, and alhamdulillah, I do feel sorry for the ones who are really honest, for the women who are honest, and for the men, you know, they really don't want to be with their wives because it's just so selfish and greedy, and they don't want to be with their whatever girlfriends or wives or whatever, and they really don't want to support them. And then I do feel sorry for those women who are truly like, they're honest, because there are some women out there who are having problems with their partners and their partners are not supporting whatever. But these brothers that are doing it's happening a lot, and I've seen it. I mean, someone even was trying it on with me, and I said, you know what, I'm not a silly sister, you know, I'm clued up, alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me a brain, and you know, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved me from this kind of nonsense, because this is not halal, this is haram. You know what, a sister, you get married to one wife, you get married, you get a wife, and then she has to go to the government for the government to feed her and her children. So what's the point of having a husband then? And then you go and get another wife only for sex, only for your pleasure, because, I don't know, is it because the first wife is busy with the children? And I mean, a sister, if a brother comes up to you, yeah, and says to you, do you know what, I don't want to tell my first wife, do you know what, you need to get rid of that brother, you need to tell him to go away because you're not good. You need a man, right, subhanallah, you need a Muslim brother who is going to let you introduce you to his family. He's going to be a Muslim brother who prays, inshallah, alhamdulillah, who fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what you need to find, a brother, a Muslim sister and a brother who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are not doing fornication and adultery, the people who are not disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have to do istihara, you must make lots of dua and do istihara. You need a brother that will support you and take care of you, not look, oh, has she got her own flat, has she got her own job, has she got her own money? You need a brother that will support you and your children, inshallah, not someone who's going to go and get another wife and get the government to pay for her, because these things are happening. And then alhamdulillah, do you know what, the rules are changing in this country now, alhamdulillah. And the sisters, if you keep having children, you're going to find yourself in some sticky situation because the government is really changing. And you know what, you got to be clever, you got to be wise, because these things are actually happening and it's wrong. Inshallah, I will make more videos on this because my time is running out on this one, inshallah. Please, before you marry someone, be careful. Before you know, try to find out as much as you can about this person, what is this person up to, and making lots of dua and doing lots of istihara. Please follow the true Islam and please read the Quran and read what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. I don't think, from the way people are behaving, I don't think they're actually reading what the rules are. It's not fair on the first wife and it's not fair on the second one. It's wrong to play people. It's wrong, it's wrong. You've got mothers and sisters and daughters maybe. You wouldn't like it if someone was playing them. So why play someone else's mother, sister and daughter? Astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum and bye.